NSA shares raw intelligence including Americans' data with Israel. Vertical line World News. Vertical line The Guardian. Turn autoplay off. Turn autoplay on. Please activate cookies in order to turn autoplay off. Jump to content S. Jump to comments C. Jump to site navigation 0. Jump to search for terms and conditions 8. Edition, UK USO. Your activity. Email subscriptions. Account details. Linked services. Profile mobile. About us. About us. Australia team. Contact us. FAQs. Press office. Jobs. Terms of service. Privacy policy. Advertising guide. Guardian Weekly. Subscribe. How to subscribe. Guardian Weekly. Email services. Evany. Android. .gsc Control CSE width 25 rem exclamation point important. Padding 0. Float right. Input.gsc search button background color. Number sign PDDDD. Border color. Number sign PDDDD. Input.gsc search button hover background color. Number 999. Border color. Number 999. News. World. Sport. Comment. Culture. Business. Environment. Science. Travel. Technology. Life and style. Data. TV. Video. News. World News. The NSA Files. Series. Glenn Greenwald on Security and Liberty. Previous vertical line index. NSA shares raw intelligence including Americans' data with Israel. Eurosense secret deal places no legal limits on use of data by Israeli Eurosense. Only official U.S. government communications protected by Eurosense agency insists it complies with rules governing privacy. Eurosense read the NSA and Israel's Memorandum of Understanding. Share. Tweet this. Email. Glenn Greenwald, Laura Poitras and Ewan McCaskill. The Guardian, Thursday, September 12, 2013 00.40 AEST. Jump to comments. The agreement for the U.S. to provide raw intelligence data to Israel was reached in principle in March 2009. The document shows photograph, James Emery. The National Security Agency routinely shares raw intelligence data with Israel without first sifting it to remove information about U.S. citizens. The top-secret document provided to The Guardian by whistleblower Edward Snowden reveals. Details of the intelligence sharing agreement are laid out in the Memorandum of Understanding between the NSA and its Israeli counterpart that shows the U.S. government handed over intercepted communications likely to contain phone calls and emails of American citizens. The agreement places no legally binding limits on the use of the data by the Israelis. The disclosure that the NSA agreed to provide raw intelligence data to a foreign country contrasts with assurances from the Obama administration that there are rigorous safeguards to protect the privacy of U.S. citizens caught in the dragnet. The intelligence community calls this process minimization, but the memorandum makes clear that the information shared with the Israelis would be in its pre-minimized state. The deal was reached in principle in March 2009, according to the undated memorandum, which lays out the ground rules for the intelligence sharing. The 5-page memorandum, termed an agreement between the U.S. and Israeli intelligence agencies pertaining to the protection of U.S. persons, repeatedly stresses the constitutional rights of Americans to privacy and the need for Israeli intelligence staff to respect these rights. But this is undermined by the disclosure that Israel is allowed to receive raw SIGINT signal intelligence. The memorandum says, raw SIGINT includes, but is not limited to, unevaluated and unminimized transcripts, gists, facsimiles, telex, voice and digital network intelligence metadata and content. According to the agreement, the intelligence being shared would not be filtered in advance by NSA analysts to remove U.S. communications. NSA routinely sends ISNU the Israeli SIGINT National Unit minimized and unminimized raw collection, it says. Although the memorandum is explicit in saying the material had to be handled in accordance with U.S. law, and that the Israelis agreed not to deliberately target Americans identified in the data, these rules are not backed up by legal obligations. This agreement is not intended to create any legally enforceable rights and shall not be construed to be either an international agreement or a legally binding instrument according to international law, the document says. In a statement to The Guardian, an NSA spokesperson did not deny that personal data about Americans was included in raw intelligence.